On today's lesson, we're going to put your hand synchronization and alternate picking skills to the test with this smoldering hot lick in the key of A minor. Check it out. Hey there kids, and welcome to a brand new installment of Weekend Wankshop, here with your best buddy, Uncle Ben. On today's lesson, I'm going to show you guys an original lick that I made up in the key of A minor that's going to help you out with your alternate picking and position shifting and all that good stuff. It takes place across the B and high E strings, which is going to help you break out of all those, big vertical scale boxes and get into that lateral game while putting your hand synchronization to the test. There in the intro, I played it at about 160 BPM, but before we start breaking this lick down, let's hear it again at stepdad speed. And as always, you guys can find tabs for this lesson over on my Instagram page at Ben Eller Guitar. Search for hashtag Weekend Wankshop 245. Find the lick, learn how to play it, then upload a video of yourself shredded through it, along with the hashtag Weekend Wankshop. And of course, downloadable tabs, backing tracks, bonus lessons, and much more are available to my lovely and supportive patrons over on my Patreon page at patreon.com/Ben Eller Guitars. This week I'm also going to be uploading a very special bonus lesson to go along with what you're learning today that shows you how to take this idea down to B and E strings in a descending fashion going down the neck. So be sure to check that out. Just find the tier package that suits you the best and start reaping the benefits today. Thanks. Okay, so this lick is all alternate picked, starting with the downstroke, straight 16th notes. And it's kind of based around a classic Yngwie phrase that I use way too much with a couple little detours on the adjacent string. That's an old effective single string Yngwie phrase that he uses a lot. So I kind of use that as sort of the springboard to get this idea going. So this is all going to be alternate picked starting with a downstroke. And we're going to start off here on the 5th fret B string. And we're going to play 5 here with our little finger, 1st fret, 3rd fret, and then back to the 5th again. So that's 4 notes. After you hit that 5th fret E note, what you're going to do is using that same finger, do a quick position shift up to the next fret here to fret number 6. And when you're in this position, you're going to play 6, 3, 5, 6. Okay, so now you have 5, 1, 3, 5, 6, 3, 5, 6. After that 6th fret F note, what you're going to do is to jump up another position with that little finger to the 8th fret, to the G note here. And you're going to play 8, 5, 6, 8. So now we have 3 different licks on the B string. Then we're going to take a little detour here onto the high E and play 5, 8, 7, 5. So now you should have this. As you're doing this, be sure to keep your thumb really loose on the back of the neck, because every time you're making those little position shifts, if you've got that like death grip going on the neck here, if you're clenching really hard with that thumb on the back of the neck, it's going to make shifting those positions a lot harder. The motion is really kind of coming from my forearm, you know what I mean? See how that thing's just kind of stabbing up like that? Don't try to make this happen in a fixed position, making your wrist dart up or your finger dart up. Really just jerk that entire arm towards your body to get into those new positions. So now that you're done with the first position right there, what we're going to do is to start off on the B again, this time on fret number 8 with our little finger. We're going to play 8, 5, 6, 8. Jump up a note in the scale here to the 10th fret. We're going to play 10, 6, 8, 10. Jump up another position here to 12, 8, 10, 12, okay? So 3 more of those ascending Yngwie licks before we jump here onto the high E string. On the high E, play 8, 12, 10, 8. So now you have the first section, second section, And then the third section here, we're gonna start off on the B string 12, 8, 10, 12. Jump up here to the next note in the scale, the 13th fret C note. We're gonna play 13, 10, 12, 13. Jump up to the next position here, the 15th fret on the B. We're gonna play 15, 12, 13, 15. Okay, so now we should have something like this. And again, here comes the high E string here. We're gonna play 12, 15, 13, 12. And then for the last section here, start off from that same position you were just in on the B. You're gonna play 15, 12, 13, 15. Jump up here to 17, 13, 15, 17. And then the last little move you're gonna make right here is gonna take you up to the 18th fret on the B, to the F note. And you're gonna play 18, 15, 17, 18. And then on the high E string here, we're gonna jump down here and play 15, 19, 17, 15. And then resolve on the 17th fret on the high E string there. That's the A note, the root note of the scale. Like I said, to do those position shifts, you've really got to stay super loose with that left hand. And I know for a lot of players, they have a hard time, using the little finger at all, much less letting this guy be in the lead, making those position shifts happen. So if you struggle with using your fourth finger, licks like this are great to learn because you just have to use it. You know what I mean? If there's a skill that you're not good at, put yourself in a position where you have to have it, and guess what? It's gonna show up. Now, one of the tricks I want you guys to work on to get your hands really in sync and in control of these high tempos is the practice of using an accent on the downbeat of the first note of each of these groupings. So in other words, the first note that's in each of these groups of 4, 1E and 2E and 3E, and really dig in with that downstroke with your pick. I'll do it unplugged so you can hear it better. Here I'm really snapping those beats, Adding in that rhythmic emphasis really helps keep your hands locked in and feeling like they're in sync with each other. You kind of become the metronome that you play to when you're doing that. I've said this in a lot of videos recently. If all of your pick strokes feel the same, it's kind of hard to tell where you are in the beat. But when you have this big fat one landing on the downbeat every single time, it kind of becomes like, a built-in metronome in your hand. So as you practice this, be sure to really whack that first note that's at the front of each grouping. Thank you guys, as always, for watching. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel for new lessons coming at you every single week. You all can follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/UncleBenEller, on Instagram at BenEllerGuitars, on Patreon at patreon.com/BenEllerGuitars. And if you want to book some one-on-one Skype lessons with me sometime, be sure to drop me an email, benellerguitars@gmail.com. That's where you can reach me. Well guys, it's been fun, but it's time to get away from the computer and go practice. Less clicking, more picking.